Hi guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about how you can improve your game much faster and the proper philosophy to improve your game, and we're calling it the 3 rings of improvement. Now this is really important. This is one of the most important things there is out there. You think about 2 different players. One player that's practicing the correct way, he's improving very quickly, and then another player who's practicing hard but really not getting the improvement. I see tons of these. Driving ranges are packed with players that are hitting a lot of range balls but they're not getting a lot better. So if you're the player that knows how to improve, you're following the right philosophy, you can improve 5 or even 10 times faster than that player. So you fast forward a year from now, you've dropped tons more strokes off your handicap, you're driving it farther, you're driving it straighter, and you're hitting the ball a lot more solid simply because we're following the right principles, the right ideas. So let's start out with these 3 rings and think about it from a beginner standpoint. So the inner ring is what I'm comfortable with. So if I'm very first starting out for golf and I've never even held a club, everything's uncomfortable. I don't have a comfort zone or my inner ring. So maybe I'm working on my grip and it takes me several weeks or a month just to get comfortable with the proper grip. Now from there, I'm putting that piece in my comfort zone. So I can imagine just millions of pieces of things that I could possibly learn in golf. I'm taking one piece and I'm putting that in my comfort zone. Now, right outside my comfort zone, we have the learning zone. So there's a lot of things we can learn in the beginning, but we don't want to get too advanced. If we get to the 3rd ring, which is a little farther out than that, that's chaos. So again, if we're a beginning player and we're trying to hit that nice high draw, 320 yards right down the middle with the driver, it's not going to happen. We just don't have enough experience. We don't have enough things in our comfort zone to make that happen. So when we're starting out, very few things are in our comfort zone. We have learning zone there, we're really picking up things fast, and then we have chaos, which is a lot of things there. Now as you get a little bit more advanced, you're taking pieces like grip, you're taking stance, you're taking alignment, and you're putting those in your comfort zone, and you're getting better and better. It's not about having one thing and doing it perfect. It's about trying out tons and tons of different stuff to be able to get that learning process happening. So I'll give you a great example of something I see players do wrong when we're in this intermediate type zone. So one of the things you'll hear me talk about a lot is playing a fade. So I'm going to try to, play a cut, have that ball turn over from left to right, and I'm going to play a draw, come more inside, and have that ball turn over from right to left. Even if you play one shot 90% of the time out on the course, I want you to practice hitting fades, hitting draws, hitting high shots, hitting low shots. And what that's doing is that's pulling more pieces into my comfort zone. So I'm learning how to hit those types of shots, and I'm learning how to control this golf club. And now when I get out there on the course, even if I'm not hitting, if I don't want to hit a fade in the majority of the time, let's say I start to hit a couple snap hooks that are turning over too much right to left, I know the feeling to get a little bit more of a fade type swing, and I'm going to work on getting a little bit more of that to straighten that out to counteract that bad result that I'm getting. So if I'm hitting a fade, or let's say if I'm hitting a draw, this is a great example for those of you, something that a lot of you guys are working on. If I'm going to hit a draw, I'm going to line up a little bit to the right. I'm going to go ahead and feel like when I'm coming through contact, I'm swinging out a little bit more to the right also. So my shoulders are going to come in a little bit more closed. My club is working out. And if I'm going toward the camera, I'm going to take my left wrist and I'm going to turn it down toward the ground. You see how that closes the club face? So I'm coming from the inside and I'm closing that club face to get that to release and to hit that draw. So in that intermediate zone, again, I'm working on all different types of shots, and the goal here is to pull as many different pieces as I can into my comfort zone by specifically trying out different things instead of trying to do the same thing again and again. If I'm just saying I'm going to do the same thing over and over again, I'm not pulling new pieces into my comfort zone, and I'm not learning, I'm not expanding my learning. So the final step here would be a more advanced player. So if we're looking at a PGA Tour player, he has thousands of pieces in his comfort zone. If he gets a ball that's sitting down in a divot, he's hit that shot hundreds of times, thousands of times. He can pull from that information and hit that type of shot. If he's in thick, tall rough, if he's on an uphill slope where he's got a really big slope, or a downhill slope where he's hitting down, all these things have been pulled into the comfort zone, and we can learn quickly if we're specifically trying those different types of things, and we're trying to get as big of a comfort zone as possible with as many little pieces in it as possible. And then we're also every day trying to expand that in our learning zone. So to recap on there, golf isn't about doing the same thing over and over. That's probably the biggest misconception that I see with players trying to learn. We don't want to do the exact same thing every single time. we want to vary it up. We want to hit different types of shot shapes, different heights, different lies, different angles, all that, even right from the beginning. As soon as you get your stance and your setup, we got to work on those variances. That way we can pull as many things into our comfort zone as possible. Stay in your learning zone. That's just outside of what you can do. So I don't want to be trying to do things that are way outside of my skill set. Let's say I can make pretty consistent contact. Now I'm going to try to make contact on a certain part of the face, maybe a little bit more toward the toe or the heel, just to try that out and to learn how to do that. So we're staying in our learning zone and we're staying away from chaos, which is too many variabilities. So pick something that you don't know how to do, figure out a specific way that you can measure if you're being successful or not, and then go out there today and practice that until you can make that happen. You're going to stay in the learning zone, you're going to improve day after day, year after year, and you're going to start hitting some great shots. So go out there, practice in your learning zone, and you guys are going to play the best golf of your life. I'll see you guys soon. All right guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an even better bonus for you. If we want to get distance in the golf swing, we've got to get a lot of lag, and then we've got to let that lag go. Well, I've got my #1 lag video. I'm going to play a preview of that here in a second. If you're on a desktop device, go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, click the iCard that's somewhere on your screen right now. That's going to take you to where you can get instant access to that full video. Plus, you're going to get 5 videos from our Top Speed Golf system. Never going to cost you a dime. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Click that thumbs up button. That really helps us out. And also remember to subscribe. That way you'll see our newest videos. See you guys in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building the lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, you look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.